All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. How y'all doing today? Johnny Nocash here. You're listening to a brand new episode of Life with Johnny Nocash. I got a lot to talk about today, but first, man, thank you so much for tuning in. I think we're close to like 60 episodes or something like that. So everybody who's been tuning in for 60 plus episodes, or maybe minus, I don't know. I'm getting up there. It's somewhere around 60 something. But man, thank you so much for being a part of it and listening to me shoot the shit with you, whether it has something to do with van life or some of my rants. And actually, both those things are today's fucking topic. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I've been dealing with this damn leak. You guys all know that I've been talking about this for quite some time, as well as I got some big ass rants. Like some serious ones that I want to ask because I don't know if it's just this fucking province or not, but it's really starting to piss me off. And I got to unload. I don't have a lot of people to talk to, so that's why when I do the podcast, it's a great way of getting some shit off my shoulders. So for anybody out there that has got a lot of tension, just fucking do a podcast. Just let it all out. Who cares? Yeah, you might turn some people off, but that's the way life is, man. And who gives a shit? As long as you're being true to yourself and you're feeling good about letting some shit off your chest. Because we gotta. I feel like in today's society, like a lot of people are holding it back. Even online. Like that's the bravest people seem to get is online. And even then, it's like, oh, Christ. I don't even know if this person would actually say that shit. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent. I'm clearly ready to go. So, buckle up, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a smoke, a doobie, whatever the hell you want, an apple, it doesn't matter to me, but man, we gotta sit down and have some fun. Welcome back, and let's just jump into it. Here we go. I'm living in a van playing Outlaw tunes. Live with Johnny Nocash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Live with Johnny Nocash. Where I go, how the fuck I'll know I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans. All right, yeah, I guess I am in a mood. I don't know. I slept for like fucking 12 hours last night. I have to admit. And this sucks because it seems like there's a number of episodes I've released so far that I literally contradict myself the next week. But man, I'm only human. Christ, fucking blame me. Last night, I got shit-faced. And I know I'm trying to fucking take it easy, which I have. I've cut my drinking back in half, but I really wanted to get loaded. I was kind of in that mood. So I got some whiskey, and I think I was in bed by fucking 10, or no, not even. I think I was in bed by like 8 o'clock. Fuck, man. Yeah, there's another little bit of advice. If you're losing sleep, get shit-faced. Fucking pass out for a day. But man, I needed that. So, things have been good. It's a really loud environment where I'm at right now, and I'm going to get into all that kind of shit. I'll lead into it. I'll try and transition here. But I am under the bridge once again. Now, I don't have to be because, like I said, we're getting into this whole leak situation. But I don't know. It's just, why not? I can't steal the Wi-Fi from Home Depot anymore because some asshole's been parked right in my spot for the last 3 fucking days. And I think he knows that I parked there. I think he doesn't like it. And it's not even a van lifer. It's just some transport. So the moment he fucks off, I'm squeezing in there. And I'm setting up camp. I'm setting her up. I'm claiming it. It's one of the best spots I've found. Free internet. It's right by Home Depot. I've got all the supplies I need. God damn. Sometimes life fucking throws you some decent fucking curveballs. And that's one of them. You know, and that's another, man. I've noticed that sometimes the smallest things in life mean so much to me these days. Like a hot fucking shower. Or like a good night's sleep. These like very basic things that sometimes we take for granted. And like, man, I'm telling you, that parking spot is mint. I mean, it's loud. Sure. And there's a bunch of trash. Yeah, you wouldn't want to bring a babe back to this area. I'll tell you that. But whatever, man. You know, you gotta fucking, you can't win them all. You can't win them all. With that being said, man, so You know, this fucking leak has been an absolute nightmare. You guys know that I've been ranting about this shit and the rain for quite some time. It's raining today, of course. It's raining every fucking day. And I'm done talking about it because you guys know that. Whenever it's sunny out, I'll let you know, okay? I'll do a surprise podcast, something to celebrate. Again, back to the things that we take for granted. Just need some sun, man. So it's raining and shit, and I've been dealing with this fucking leak. I've done everything. I've spent hundreds of dollars, and I gotta say, some of the fucking suggestions you guys have given me, I've taken, and they sucked. So I'm not entirely sure how, it's tough when people are sending you messages and comments, and they're real confident in their advice, and you take it. You're like, all right, this person totally knows what they're fucking talking about. I'm going to take them for their word. I'm going to invest in the shit, and then it goes to shit. So it's 50-50. Feel free to comment. I'm just not sure if I'm going to be taking any advice from any of you fucking plumbers and fucking fixer-uppers out there, because I don't think you guys know what the fuck you're talking about either. I mean that in good fun. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm asking you guys. Kind of between a rock and a hard place. But I was on set recently. What show was it? It's called So Help Me Todd. Christ. No, it was called Fire Country. And I think it's actually airing right now. So I was on Fire Country, and there's a fella there. I bumped into this guy quite a few times. He's kind of like me, a little bit of an outcast, a little bit of a rocker. He's a blues guitarist. The guy actually can fucking rip. He brings his guitar actually to set all the time, and he just sits in the corner and he plays, and it's super cool. He's the only person that does that. Everybody else has got their phones and their tablets and shit like that. This guy brings in his acoustic and rocks out. It's fucking cool. Anyway, the guy doesn't have wheels, and he's always trying to get to set, and it's costing him either a fucking arm and a leg taking a taxi or an Uber, or 2.5 hours to transit there. Transit in Vancouver ain't that great. The SkyTrain's good, but when you're going out of the city trying to get to set on a huge sound stage that's in the middle of fucking nowhere, it's tough. So anytime I see this guy, I always try and give him a hand, a lift. And he's, honestly, it's the reciprocation, folks. I don't do anything nice with anything, for return. I don't do things in anticipation for somebody to give me something back. And I hope you don't either, because Christ, man, there's way too many people out there that think it's all about Lady Justice. I've kind of done too much for you. Shut the fuck up. If you want to help somebody, help them out, and don't expect anything. So I always give this guy a lift home if I can. There are some times that I end up sleeping right by set, so I can't take him home. But it's never an issue if I am driving back that way. So anyway, of course, he lets me in. He pours me a drink. He offers me a shower, all that kind of shit. And I have accepted this in the past. He's always said, if you ever need to have a shower before you fuck off, that's totally cool. Anyway, this guy had heard, I'm not entirely sure if it's from the podcast or maybe one of my Instagram stories, but he had messaged me and he said, dude, I've got a fucking garage in the back. Well, it's like a barn. And if you want, you're more than welcome to park it in there to dry the fucking thing out so you can reseal the van so it's not leaking all the time. Because god damn it, that's been the biggest and hardest obstacle I've been trying to fucking get around, is just finding a spot that's dry and warm just to do some work on the exterior. It's wild. And as y'all know, once water gets in there, it takes so long for it to finally dry out. So I would literally need a couple days, to let the thing dry out, then recaulk it, reseal it, and then have that properly dry out. Honestly, man, that's him offering me up his barn was worth more than somebody giving me money. That kind of thing. And it's the only person I know of that has any kind of barn or garage that's that high anyway. It's just, I couldn't believe it. You should have seen the look on my face. I was my fucking jaw dropped, because I'm telling you, man, the stress that this leak was causing me was getting bad. Like, it was getting to be extremely depressing. It was really tearing me down every day. I'd wake up to more water, and I hate, using this podcast and then getting to a down part, but I'm just telling you, man, like, this is the fucking life on the road. This is the life I chose. And yeah, I've gotten a lot of comments telling me, well, don't fucking live in a van. A lot of people, and I'll get to that actually after I'm finished here, but a lot of people are like, don't live in a fucking van. I like living in a van. I like this lifestyle. However, there are a lot of issues that I face living in a fucking van. And goddamn, man, so I pulled in there, and it was fucking cold, too. I've talked about this before. This is a metal box. Well, I pulled into another metal fucking box, and it was freezing. Now, there was no lights in there, so I just had my headlamp. It was pitch black from morning, well, all day. All fucking day. And I didn't want to have the doors open because it looks super sketchy. Like it looked like I was a bum, just completely, camping out in this guy's garage. And it was a really nice neighborhood. I didn't want to bring any kind of heat on this guy or anything like that. So the doors were constantly shut. And here I was in the pitch black with a headlamp, drying out the van as well as, and it wasn't heated. So not that, hey, beggars can't be choosers. I'm not pissed off. It doesn't bother me. I'm just saying. I'm just stating for the fact that it wasn't heated, so I had to bring out my fan and manually dry everything, all the cracks out, leave it for a day, and then I sealed it up. And I'll tell you, man, the moment I opened my window, 2 pieces of plastic literally just like unclipped and came right out. And I was like, and I could see directly into the fucking van from outside, inside through these small holes. I couldn't believe it. And that's exactly where the source is. That's exactly, there was no other option. One of my buddies was like, man, take out the window and redo the whole thing. And I was like, fuck, man, I just don't have the time. I can't freeload off this guy. I only got, if I want to use this garage in the future, I can't take advantage of it to its full extent this time. A few days is cool, but I'm not going to just, set up camp for the entire time, like weeks and weeks on end. Well, I can't do that. That's just being greedy. And not just that, but pulling out the window, man. Imagine I fucked it up. You guys have seen how awful my fucking carpentry and plumbing skills is. That'd be devastation. I just put a fucking garbage bag over it and call it a day. So anyway, I was able to seal these fucking holes. I couldn't believe it, man. I've done circles around this van. And looked, and these 2 little pieces, they just snapped out and wiggled out, and I didn't see it before, and holy sweet mother of fuck, I think I got it. Now, at the same time, I'm underneath the bridge, so I'm not entirely sure if it's working or not. I'm not taking the chance, because for the last few days since I finally sealed this thing, I've actually felt pretty good. Like that depressing thing I was talking about earlier, that was gone. I felt really good. I felt extremely inspired, and it just wasn't weighing on me. And the rain wasn't getting to me as much as it always seems to. I find that sometimes, I've talked about it before. Like, the rain sucks. Like, it's depressing to everybody. We all need fucking the sun. We're all our own we're all our own supermen and women out there. We need the goddamn sun. So finally, I got this thing patched up, god damn it. And I think I'm good. I think I'm finally fucking good. So anyway, I came back to the city. Thanked him, of course. I told this guy and he also cooked me fucking burger. Again. I'm just so grateful. The people I've met over the course of my life and continue to meet, there's a lot of shitty people out there. There really are. But I've luckily enough, I've got a bullshit meter, and I just don't even associate. If there's somebody that just kind of rubs me even slightly the wrong way, and I'm not saying annoys me, but there's just a personality trait that it's just not clicking. I don't even second guess it. I just book it, or I just ignore them, or I just don't even think like, I'm going to help this person or whatnot. I just move on. You just move on. And I'm really lucky that I've met so many incredible people over the last while. And I would seriously call this person a friend. I really would. And when I left, he also said, anytime. You know, I was polite. I didn't overstay my welcome. I didn't expect anything, you know. And it's really, it's great. It's really made me appreciate people a whole hell of a lot more, and especially when you're down like this. Actually, you know what? I gotta say, on top of this fella, like, I've actually gotten a lot of messages from you folks, like, wondering about my well-being and shit. So thank you. Like, yeah, we all need that. I think we all need that. You know, we need to feel, you know, that we're not alone in this world, even if we are, but we're not. We're really not. So, you know, it's really kind of given me a second hope, especially during these shitty months. Speaking of, it's actually my birthday this week. I don't even know what the fuck. Oh, no. I'm actually going to do VR. Virtual reality, baby. That's right. Never done this shit before. And I figured, you know, I mean, a bar is one thing. Again, trying to keep it fucking loose. Yeah, a bar is not a great idea because you damn well know what's going to happen then. But VR, it's like you can't lose. This is going to be a lot of fun. I've never done it before. I like just doing activities too, rather than the same old like stationary shit. It's kind of fun. Even pool, even fucking darts. That's right. I'm saying darts. It's not a fucking sport. Oh, that could really piss people off. It's not an athletic sport. Okay? There. I corrected myself before I got a ton of angry dart players. But man, it's just been, and speaking of comments, actually, this is something that's really interesting to me. I'm sure y'all, you know, we've talked about this last episode with TikTok and shit. Everybody's connected to social media these days. It's inevitable. People take breaks, but they never really quit, you know? And that's fine. You know, sometimes you just got to turn your damn phone off or just delete the app for a while and, you know, take it in. Take in the real world around you. But it's weird because I had released a small short. You guys know about it. This was back when I was freezing my nuts off up north, going to Lillooet. I'll just give you a small little recap if you're just tuning in for the first time. I had gone up to Lillooet to house sit, and I ended up getting stranded because of this snowstorm on the side of the road, and I like froze. It was brutal. It was really, I think it was -8 inside the van. Anyway, I had made a video that night of me freezing my nuts off because I had a leak, or sorry, not a leak. I had a draft in the door. So I was just like, you know what, I'll pull out the camera and I'll film something. And I don't know how this works. There's probably a listener or two or three or four that have way more fucking followers than I do. Have you ever noticed if something like kind of blows up? This one video, I only get about 500 to 1,000 views on a reel. Now, views doesn't mean shit. It just means how many people kind of scroll past it and watch for a second or two. That's all I'm saying. So on average, about 500 to 1,000. And this video, like one day, and this was weeks after I had posted it, like at least a week after I'd posted it. It did its normal, 500 views or whatever the hell it was. And it just, I think it's at 17,000 views. And of course, I don't understand. I don't understand the algorithm. I don't understand how this is reaching so many more accounts. And it's funny because there's a lot of people that are viewing it that don't know anything about me. So they're telling me off. There's a lot of people that have been like DMing me and telling me how much of a dumbass I am, like for, not having insulated doors and shit like that, which they are, by the way. But it's really funny because when 90% of the people that you follow and vice versa, you kind of know them. You know something about them at the very least. So, you either support them or you just unfollow them. But it's funny when people like go out of their way to like attack you. And I gotta say, please continue it because it's funny. I find social media kind of shitty in general, and it's pretty boring. Like, it's pretty uneventful. So this has been really fun to get told off, and so many people being like, don't live in a fucking van, you idiot. And it's funny. Some people might be really upset by hearing this shit, but I gotta say, it's really entertaining. So feel free to tell me off anytime. Like, I don't get offended easily. Not much offends me. So if you feel, again, if you don't want to do a podcast to release some tension, just go on over to my page and tell me off. Maybe that'll help a little bit. It doesn't bother me. It might help you out a little bit. See, that's what I'm doing. I'm here just to fucking, help you guys out as best as I can. Man, so speaking of, like, all this shit, I haven't really done a ton of music. I got a show actually coming up in Vancouver next month, and then I'm going to be doing a small festival in Ontario in the summer, north of Toronto. It's quite far, actually. I think it's like a 3-hour drive in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere. Super excited for something like this. I just love the idea of getting out into nature, not having these like massive venues with security and $9 beers and all this bullshit, or assholes in the fucking bathroom like wanting to get paid so they can give you some soap or a towel or a paper towel. What the fuck? All right, man. What the fuck is going on? Everyone's broke, okay? Here we go. Here we fucking go. Everyone's fucking broke, right? Everything's going up. It's insane. And I'm getting tired of it. I'm sure you guys are too. Talked about this before. Fucking gas, food, all this shit. I went into the store the other day and I wanted 1 carrot. Fucking carrot. 1 carrot. Not a bushel. Is that what they're called? Not a bunch. Not a bushel. Just a fucking carrot. Look at this. Like 1 carrot with a lot of other vegetables. That's 2 meals, right? So I don't need a bushel of fucking carrots. Trust me, they go bad. And you got to eat them every fucking day. Anyway, enough about the carrots. What I'm talking about is I went and I brought this fucking carrot to the self-checkout. Like, I'm doing the work now. Like, this is fucked. I take it to the self-checkout. You got to weigh it, right? I weigh a fucking carrot and it came out to almost $2 fucking $2. $2. I waved the chick over and she's like, yeah, what's the problem? And I'm like, the problem is, like, I think this is broken. You got to check the weight again. So she resets it and it's almost $2 fucking bucks. I mean, I can't fucking tell her off. She's just a bag lady, which you got to pay for. I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it. But I'm saying $2 fucking dollars, almost $2 for a goddamn carrot. What is this fucking world going to? I'm telling you, man, the amount of shit that gets thrown out, I'm going to start going to the food bank. I'm not even joking. Like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. I got 2 apples. I want fucking apples. I like apples. One of my favorite fucking fruits. That and oranges. Not a big fan of bananas, but sometimes I buy them. I don't know. And they always go bad. We all do. 2 fucking apples. They were $1.50 each. And these weren't like, flown in from fucking Fiji. These were just Canadian apples. Like a fucking ambrosia or some shit. I don't know. I'm just making this shit up. But it was $3 for 2 fucking apples. And I paid it. Oh, God. Or you can get a bag of apples for $6. And then, of course, they go fucking bad. You got to eat like 2 or 3 a day. Like, okay, so this is where the rant really ramps up. So bags. I'm not sure. I know a lot of people. I can see the demographic of who listens to the podcast. And by the way, thank you, from all over the place. It's actually worldwide. Like, I mean, what I mean by that is like, there's 1 or 2 listeners, in overseas countries, but all over the place. So thank you. But I don't know. Let me ask you a fucking question. Do you guys have to pay for bags now? Do you got to pay for fucking bags? Like at the grocery store? Because here, they're 10 fucking cents or more. You got to bring in your own bag. This was never an issue. Now, here's my biggest fucking issue. Say McDonald's. McDonald's, if you want to take your food outside of the establishment into your car, you need to buy a bag. A fucking bag for 10 cents. Now, here's the fucking mind blower. If you stay in the restaurant, you don't buy a bag, but they put a piece of fucking paper placemat on the tray that you throw out anyway. What the fuck is with the logic there? Clearly, I'm at a loss of words. So you're charging me 10 cents to take the thing out and sit in my fucking car and have it stink like fucking McDonald's, or I can stay in here, save the 10 cents, and you're throwing paper out anyway, you fucking idiots. God damn. I'm telling you, man, it's starting to get to me. The logic, and this is my last piece, and I got to hear from you guys, okay? You can tell me off, too. But I can guarantee if you guys are going through this shit, too, you're probably fuming with me. The last little bit of a rant is what is going on with this tip shit? Tipping a fucking, like at a liquor store. So I go in, I grab my beer from the cooler, bring it up to the cash, they beep it, which I'm trained to do because I've been doing it at the fucking superstore for years now. I'm trained to do I can scan it. Thank you very much. It's on my fucking resume. And then there's an option to tip 10, 15, or 20%. And it's not the clerk's fault. I feel bad for them, but I feel worse for my fucking self because there is no reason to justify me tipping you for scanning my fucking beer. Today, I went and got some pot from the weed store, and Buddy literally unlocked a cabinet, grabbed the weed, scanned it, put in the debit thing, and there was a tip option. For fuck's sakes. And they're looking at you like I would too. So don't trust me. I'm not blaming the employees because I'd be looking at the customer too. Like, It sucks. It sucks for everybody. What the fuck? I don't know if this is all over the goddamn country or even in the States. So if you're an American listener or a Canadian listener from somewhere else other than British Columbia, let me know about this bag shit and the tip shit. And what do? Do you tip? Or do you just say, fuck it? Oh, God damn it. And I'm broke. We're all broke. It's like, you can't get ahead. Yeah, I'm going to treat myself to over fucking priced beer tonight, even though it's fucking Paps. And now I got to tip the asshole for literally scanning the beers. You know, and it even pisses me off to all you bartenders out there when you fucking open my beer and there's a tip requirement, or at least that you're expecting it. Come on. We're fucked. Nobody's going out anymore. Shit. Sorry. I gotta cheer up. But man, that pisses me off. That shit just drives me nuts. It just gets my blood boiling. And this happened to me today. So that's why it's on the tip of my tongue. And I needed to talk about it. And I want to get some answers too. There's no fucking CEOs listening to this podcast. You know what? One of these days I'll do maybe not. This is a long enough rant. This is almost a 30-minute episode. God damn, this might be one of the longest episodes I've done in quite some time. But I can rant, and I like to rant. It makes me feel good, But this is a problem. This is a fucking problem, and it needs to stop. And all of us need to start writing petitions or something. Or you know what? Fucking growing our own carrots. That's bullshit. I'll grow my own fucking carrots in here, and then I'll open up a kiosk underneath the bridge. $1. Not $1.40, $1. Look at that. I mean, making a fortune. God damn. Well, fuck, man. This is a wicked episode. I hope you guys lasted this long. I am in a good mood, even though I was pissed off there for a minute. I wasn't really pissed off. I just get passionate. I just kind of sometimes lose myself in the moment. I sometimes, have to just let it out. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope it got your blood boiling too, because it should. This is bullshit. We got to put a stop to it. That being said, I'm Johnny Nocash. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself today. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. The next episode I make, I'll be a year older. And if you want to wish me a happy birthday, you can do that. And leave a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, or if you're listening on Spotify, fucking rate it 5 stars. Or if you want to bitch at me, you can rate it 4. I don't really give a shit. Rating is totally overrated. But fuck, I am in a mood, man. I don't know what to say. But anyway, thank you all so much for the support. You guys can support me over at buymeacoffee.com/JohnnyNocash.com. I put all the links down below. Definitely check out the YouTube. Check out all the shit that I've been doing. I've got a couple new videos over on YouTube. Me doing a Rancid cover for all you punk rockers out there. Doing a vocal cover. Honestly, one of the greatest punk rock songs, probably, definitely of the 90s anyway, or the last few decades. Rancid kicks ass. Go check that out. And until next time, folks, thank you all so much. And I can't wait to rant again. I'll keep you all posted on the leak situation and the bag situation. So, you better stay dusty. Until next time, I'm out. See you later. I'm living in a van playing Outlaw tunes. Live with Johnny Nocash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Live with Johnny Nocash. Where I go, how the fuck I'll know I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans.